I have seen recently among the comments from my recent videos on COVID-19 and COVID-19 vaccines, a lot of comments that go along this line. If my natural immunity is good, if my lifestyle is good, if I'm not obese, if I don't have comorbidities, if I take ivermectin, and the list goes on, I don't think I really need this vaccine. If I'm young is another one, the jab is not that good anyways. Why should I risk the side effects when I do all these other things and the mortality is so low in my particular age group? And so I wanted to address this statement and put it in perspective. Again, I'm Dr. Gili. I'm a practicing internal medicine physician in the state of Washington in the United States of America. And my purpose on this channel is to help you make sound decisions, make sense of what's happening in the health world, specifically now during the COVID pandemic, to understand the issues. I'm not giving personalized medical advice. I'm just helping you make sense of stuff. So this is how I would look and how I would discuss this issue with a patient that would come, and I do have such patients that come almost every day and bring this issue to me. I say a few things. The first is that when we deal with the current state of the COVID pandemic, we are dealing with a different virus almost. It's the same SARS-CoV-2, make no mistake. The virus is still in the same family of coronaviruses. It has not evolved into a different entity. However, the Delta variant, the Delta strain of the virus, is different in the sense that the transmissibility is much more easy to occur. It's like chickenpox. And secondly, because of a lot of the elderly population has been vaccinated already, it has done a lot more damage among the younger population. We see a lot more younger people in the hospital, in the ICU, and dying from the Delta variant that we have seen ever before. So this is an important thing to keep in mind. A lot of the data that people are still looking at when it comes to studies and the efficacy of vaccines and natural immunity and all of that comes from the pre-Delta age. And so we have to be cautious and understand that it takes a while for these studies to come and show us what the reality is, and we're always playing catch up with this virus that keeps changing. So that's number one. Number two issue here is when we deal with something that we really don't have a perfect tool to address it. If we were to have either a pharmacological agent or a vaccine that would be 100% effective, safe in everybody, that we could use, we could certainly use that and deal with it and finish it. Unfortunately, we don't have that. Even the vaccine, as many of you pointed out and understand, over time the efficacy decreases to some extent. So when we have a situation like that, we have to have a multi-pronged approach to this issue. We cannot afford to say, oh, the vaccine is not perfect, therefore I'm going to discard it, and I'm going to rely on ivermectin, on my exercise habits or something like that. Those things are good. We'll see how good ivermectin turns out to be. That's probably the outlier in this group. But natural immunity is good. Exercise is good. Eating healthy is good. Sleeping is good. All of those things are good. Not being overweight is good. However, it would be foolish to rely on that alone when we have other things like the vaccine that could help us. Just to put things in perspective, it would be as if somebody who has a house and they had a burglar break in and steal things from there. They say, you know what, this lock that I have on the door, it was broken in. There's no reason to change it or keep it. I'm going to do away with it because it's not perfect. And instead, I'm going to rely on closing the windows and leaving the lights on and other measures. How foolish would that be? It's common sense. When you have an issue where nothing is perfect, the more defenses you put in place, the better off your chances of those defenses working are. Now, I know that some of you also think that the manufacturer of the lock is in bed with a burglar. And therefore, they want to avoid the vaccine because Bill Gates or whoever else is in bed with these guys and the big pharma and so forth, and they want to kill everybody. For this issue, I don't have a solution yet. I'm trying. But I acknowledge it's a more difficult solution. But the challenge that I want to have for you, if this is how you think, is do you want to live your life enveloped in this conspiracy that everybody up there that's doing anything is involved in this attempt to kill humanity? Is that how we understand reality? And specifically for Christians among you, I keep promising I have that video on the mark of the beast and COVID-19 coming. It is coming, so stay tuned. I'll have that up shortly. And then I look forward to discussing and enjoying your comments, even though I don't have time to reply to most of them anymore, because there's so many of them coming in. But know that I look at them and I enjoy seeing your input. Until next time, stay healthy and stay wise, my friend.